Welcome. This is a recording, a hypnotic recording. And the purpose of this recording is to help with the mind and the messages in the mind. Listening to these recordings to change the program in your mind that may be playing out. So it's a reinforcing technique. Today's message is inspired by the message for people who feel like they are a doormat. They are a people pleaser, they please too much, and they don't acknowledge their own feelings. And then they're afraid when they do acknowledge their own feelings that they have built up so much resentment that then they explode, or they might feel like you have to be over the top. And so this recording is to help people, in particular my client, who has the doormat feeling. And it's a fear that there's not enough love in the world. It's a fear that I can't be accepted as myself. It's a fear that we're not safe to express ourselves. And so with that in mind, let's jump in to a little hypnotic recording. This will help you to shift to a better place. And so we'll start out by closing your eyes. Make sure you are in a safe place. Make sure you're in a place where you can sit, you can close your eyes, like on the couch, in bed, before sleep, first thing in the morning, where you've got half an hour. So with that in mind, now that you're in a safe place, you're not driving cars, not operating machinery, you are nice and calm in a nice place where you can be private and have a moment to yourself. We will start with the word fear. The word fear, and it's a fear that often sits in the solar plexus. And so this fear in the solar plexus, we will stir a little bit today, allowing you to know you're very, very safe. And we'll take you on a journey in your mind. And this journey will help you to resolve, dissolve, and evolve by shifting you. With that in mind, let's jump into the session. So find a comfortable place. A nice, comfortable place where you are very safe. And when you are settled, you may close your eyes. Close your eyes and breathe in deeply. And I invite you to visit that feeling in your solar plexus. That feeling of fear, connected to abandonment, shame, or not being safe. And this feeling of not being safe, it's a big feeling in the solar plexus. Notice what color that feeling is. Just say it out loud to yourself. Notice where it is in the body. Is it the solar plexus or somewhere else? Notice the shape of that color, of that fear that you have. Notice, does it have a particular direction it spins? Does it move up and down, around, and moves around in a loop, or spins around clockwise or anti-clockwise? Notice that spin. And for the purposes of accessing the important memory and releasing some of that today, I invite you to spin that feeling and the shape in that position in the body, and spin it faster and faster and faster now. And as you spin it, make the feeling bigger and bigger. And as you make the feeling bigger and bigger, you'll feel it wanting to move. And just chase, where does it want to move towards? As you spin it around faster and faster, notice where it wants to shift. And as you notice, as you make it bigger and bigger, spin it faster and faster and faster now. Allow that feeling to release and move out of the body. It might come straight out of the solar plexus. It may move up the body. You might feel it tingling as it leaves the body. However it decides to shift is fine. And spin it faster and faster now. And you'll notice the color changes as it leaves the body. Notice as it leaves the body, what color is it as it leaves the body? Allowing that emotion out of the body. I invite you now to float above your body now and float all the way along your time stream, noticing the direction of the past and floating all the way along your time stream towards the past, all the way along your time stream to that most significant event, the number one event. Maybe it was when you were an infant in the womb. Maybe it was when you were a little baby. Maybe it was a previous lifetime. Floating all the way, and just get a sense as you're floating so very high along your time stream towards the past. The very first question is, was it this lifetime or a previous lifetime? Noticing where you felt like you were a doormat, where you felt like you were abandoned, not safe, floating all the way to that very specific event. And as you float to that event, it might have been 2 months old, in the womb, wherever it is fine. Floating all the way back to that time. See what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel. And just get a sense of it. Maybe it's emotions you're picking up. Maybe it's images. Maybe it's things that were said. Whatever it is fine. And as you float into that experience, come along to that experience with your higher self, floating way above the scene, seeing the scene below you now. And as you're so very high, come along to the scene and notice what you notice. See what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel. And I invite you to bring in with you a blanket of love. Bring the blanket of love. See the color of love. Choose your color. For us, let's choose a white color, but you choose your color. Feel the fabric of a blanket of love. What blanket of love does this version of you need to have? Let's go with fluffy white. You choose your fabric. You choose your color. And now I invite you to float down onto the scene with your highest self, your wisest self, your adult self, and go and visit that younger version of you and wrap around them a beautiful blanket of love with your color. It might be white. With your fabric, it might be fluffy. And feel that fluffiness wrapping around your shoulders. See that white wrapping around you. And know that you are loved in this moment. And as you're feeling the energy vibrate through your body, your younger body, have your wiser self come down and whisper into your ear the words of love you need to hear. Whisper those words into your ear. These are the words that will allow you to let go of the old fear of needing to be a doormat. Letting go of the shame, the abandonment, the not feeling safe to express yourself. And knowing that there is an abundance of love in the world, a river of love that's there for you no matter what, no matter how you express yourself. Whisper the words of love that you need to hear right now. I'll give you 10 seconds to do that. Right now, whisper away. Well done. And does your unconscious mind, does this younger version of yourself accept those words as truth? If not, ask that version of yourself, what else do you need? Let them know that they will get those needs met. Have your needs met. And know that they will be met. Because your adult self can do all it needs to do to look after and meet those needs. You are parenting yourself. That's right. And so with that, I invite you now to give this blanket of love to this beautiful little version of you. I invite you to scoop up their spirit and bring that spirit back with you and nest this younger version of yourself into your heart space. Feel that little being nestle into your heart space. Feel the blanket of love around them, the fabric of love, that beautiful color of love. Let's go with a white, fluffy blanket of love. Feel the fluffiness in your heart space. Feel that loving feeling. And whisper those same words of love you whispered to yourself. To feel fully accepted. To know there's abundance of love in the world. And to know that you will be able to express yourself. Be assertive. And have love at the same time. That's right. Whisper those words of love into your ear, and I'll give you 10 seconds to do that. Whispering those words right now. Perfect. Now you've whispered those words of love. I invite you now to float above the scene, floating around the scene where you saw this fear of abandonment, this fear of not being safe, and see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel as you float way above the scene now. Notice what's happening in this scene. And as you notice what's happening in this scene, how you're feeling, maybe it's a picture, and the words of love you needed, take away all the lessons that you can learn from this scene. The lessons that you can learn that allow you to let go of that feeling of fear, the feeling of abandonment, and convert them into lessons of acceptance, of love. of connection, of being considered, of feeling safe, of being heard, and knowing it is your birthright to be heard. Noticing the lesson that was a long time in the past and will never happen again. Let your unconscious mind know that you are very, very safe as you float higher and higher above the scene, all the way up, higher and higher, up to that hue of light between this world and the next. I invite you to visit that hue of light and enter the golden library where all your golden books are kept. All the lessons, all the special learnings that keep you very, very safe. And as you enter the golden library, open that book. And this is the book where you stored that old emotion, that old memory. And I invite you now to write into the golden book the beautiful blanket of love you just wrapped around that version of yourself. The color of love, the fabric of love, the words of love you whispered in your ear. That's right, you're doing really well. Whispering those words and writing them down on the piece of paper, the blank paper, the new page in the book of life, the new page in your special learnings. Writing in the new lessons from this lesson that allow you to feel very safe. Writing all the lessons in. That's right. Feel those lessons. These are lessons that show you there's an abundance of love in the world. These are lessons that let you know that will never happen again. These are lessons where you can see it with your adult eyes and know that I am worthy of love. I am lovable. And as you write those lessons into the golden book, feel the lovability washing over you. Feel you being worthy of unconditional love. And with that, writing all the lessons into the golden book, close the book and put it back on the shelf. Feel so different as you put that book on the shelf. You know that you can access these lessons anytime you like. I invite you now to float all the way along the time stream about an hour before the event took place. A time when you're very, very safe. And as you access this time when you're very, very safe, I invite you so very high, floating along, and you've got in your hands a picture frame. You're flying through the air, your legs out behind you, your arms out in front. And as you're flying along your time stream with this picture frame, put all the images of that old fear, of that abandonment, of that not being safe to express yourself, put all of those feelings into this picture frame. All of the pictures, all of the images into the picture frame, all of the things you heard with your ear, both thought and ear, into the picture frame. Not now, but in a moment, we will let go of this picture frame and we will watch it fall down, 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 down. So let's now count backwards from 3, 2, 1, and watch the picture frame fall from your outstretched fingers and watch it fall Down, 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 down. Dreaming, drifting, dropping, falling, dreaming, drifting, dropping, falling. Down, 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 down. So very small, so insignificant now. Down, 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 down. And you might say, hey, where did that old emotion go? However you've decided to forget it, it's good that it's forgotten now, because it's gone now, isn't it? And with that, you'll notice there's still a wispy, etheric cord still connecting you to that old emotion all the way down there somewhere. Not now, but in a moment, we'll grab a pair of scissors, a knife, or a sword, or your favorite cutting implement, and we're going to cut that old emotion now and forever and let it go. Counting backwards from 3, 2, 1. Cutting through those cords and watching it fall down, 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 down. Dreaming, drifting, dropping, falling, dreaming, drifting, dropping, falling. Down, 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 down. So very small, so insignificant now. Down, 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 down. And you might hear a pop or sound like dominoes falling. However you've decided to forget it is fine, because now that you've forgotten it, you won't even forget how you've forgotten it now, because it's gone now, isn't it? And with that old emotion gone now and forever, let's now float along your time stream. And as you float along your time stream, visit every time in your life from that moment to this where you were treated like a doormat, where you had that fear of not being able to express yourself. And every version of yourself, distribute a beautiful blanket of love. See the color of love wrapping around you. Feel the fabric of love wrap around your shoulders, every version at the speed of thought. Hear the words of love you whispered to yourself to know that I am lovable. All the way along your time stream. Floating above the present moment, let's float now into the future. Let's go to a scene 1 week into the future. And this is a scene where you know that old emotion, that old fear would have been in the way. That fear of abandonment, the fear of not being safe, and allowing people to treat you like a doormat. And notice the amazing difference. Now you've shifted this emotion. The amazing difference you have, that you are fully lovable. It's actually very easy to love you now. And you're amazed with the energy shifted inside of you that the people on the outside are behaving differently. And you kind of like it because you are fully lovable. And you don't need to play their game anymore. See what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel when you are in this shifted state of fully lovable, easily lovable. Noticing what you notice. Drift down with your higher self and wrap a beautiful blanket of love around your shoulders. Feel that love, that beautiful fluffy feeling around your shoulders. See that beautiful feeling of white or your color of love. And lean in and whisper the words of love into your ear that you need to hear. all the way back in the past to be feeling fully lovable. Feel that feeling. And as you feel this love, expand the love inside your heart space. Feel the love inside you. Where do you feel it? Spin that feeling inside you faster and faster and faster now in the direction of love. Allow it to spin inside you like a healing vortex. And as you spin that feeling inside you, you can feel the love expanding inside you. Taking all these lessons, both conscious and unconscious. And let's now store them with us as we go one more time into the future, floating above the scene and floating towards your future. And as you float towards your future, I invite you to land on a second scene. This is 1 month into the future. 1 month into the future where you feel loved, where you are loving yourself, where everyone else is showing up differently because you have shifted yourself. And it feels good, doesn't it? See what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel when you feel loved. Fully lovable. You are loving yourself first. Lean down and whisper the words of love that you whispered to yourself in the previous scenes. I'll give you 5 seconds. Great job. Wrap the blanket of love, feeling the blanket, seeing the blanket, and knowing that you are lovable. Great job. And with that, let's float all the way above the present moment. Let's float all the way up to that hue of light between this world and the next. And let's go to the golden library once more. And let's open up that book. And this book we might call your love lessons. Opening up that golden book was the old book, relabeled now. This is the book with the new page on it. And this is the future event, seeing yourself, hearing yourself, feeling yourself showing up differently. And it feels so good, doesn't it? And with that in mind, write into the golden book all of the golden lessons that allow you to hold on to this feeling of being completely lovable and able to express yourself however you need to and still have love. Writing all the lessons into the golden book. The feelings you had, the things you saw, the things you heard, and the things you felt. Write all those lessons to allow you to hold on to feeling lovable. I'll give you 10 seconds to write all those lessons in. That's right. Great job. And with that, you've now locked away a whole lot of lessons from today. So now let's float all the way back along your time stream, distributing blankets of love to every version of yourself that has shown up differently, that has shifted this love inside, and has allowed yourself to express yourself and feel love all at the same time. The fear is gone, and the certainty is here. Floating all the way along your time stream, distributing feelings of love, blankets of love, and thoughts of love. all the way back to the present moment. And now we'll float down above the city where you live, above the suburb where you are, lower and lower, down, 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 above the street where you are, down, 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 lower and lower, above the house where you are, down, down, through that ceiling, through the roof, through the ceiling, and down into the room. You see yourself sitting in the chair and floating down onto your body and inside, coming back into the room 20% with each count, backwards from 5. 5, locking away every blanket of love you have seen, heard, or felt today. 4, locking away every lesson in the golden book that allows you to feel lovable. 3, locking away all the things you saw in the future where you showed up differently, and so did everyone else. 2, coming back to the room. 1, fully refreshed, wide awake, fully refreshed, and wide awake. Welcome to your very own I am lovable moment. This is Matthew Tait, signing out. I hope that has served you today.